Hi, it's Elvire again, and I wanted to give you a little update of what's happening in my life. Um, you know, the interesting thing is that we are taught to live in full faith. We don't always hear that, but most of the time we're told that you know what, you got to have full faith, and you hear that and you go like, interesting. I wonder what that is. Well, I heard it when I was younger. And it didn't really ring anything for me, so I just put it aside. Another word that we are taught that we've got to have is we got to have trust in somebody else. Most of the time, we're not really taught that we got to have trust in ourselves. And then, of course, there is the famous word of believe. That's another thing. You got to believe in what is not there and believe in yourself. So this has been going on for me now for some time. As you know, I'm always on the morning calls, the Think and Grow Rich calls, the book from Napoleon Hill, which is absolutely marvelous book with so much information in there. I think I've read the book 15 times and still every time I discover something new. Why? For the simple reason that I am becoming another person. So I read the material of Dr. Hill in a different manner as it applies to my life now versus so many years ago, or a couple of years ago, a couple of months ago. So, I'd like to talk about faith and trust for a moment. I heard once that faith is an acronym, and it really, really hits home for me so well. And I hope you get something out of this as well. Faith is the acronym for finding answers in the heart. Finding answers in the heart. So, where does that come from? Well, I learned from one of my mentors that the ancient Greek believed in the sanctum sanctorum. They didn't know we had a mind, they had no idea. They only knew we had a heart because it was beating. So, they thought that the heart of hearts, that was your connection to the universe. And we still use it. I mean, we learn things, poems, quotes, we learn them by heart. Isn't that interesting? I didn't know your heart could think, right? Neither did you, but it's your mind. So, finding answers in the heart, what I have learned by connecting the dots from information, knowledge that I have gathered from a lot of mentors, is that you got to listen to what's going on inside. Shut out the noise. Shut out the eternal music and whatever it is around you. I mean, when you go outside, when you go to the shopping mall, even when you park, there's music. Often people don't know any different than to have the radio on, the television on. They're almost afraid to be quietly with themselves. They don't know what to do. They always have to talk. It can never be silent. So, in order to find the answers in your heart, to hear what's inside of you, you've got to become silent yourself. Is that easy? No, it's something that you can learn because there is so much going on in your head. So you want to stop all of the chatter that goes on in your head and focus on becoming totally quiet. I always like to focus on a blank screen, like a movie screen. I see the screen in front of me and I focus on that. And when my mind wanders, I just gently bring it back. And then throughout the day, as you sometimes just take 1 minute or 2 minutes, just close your eyes for a moment, bring that peaceful moment back again, and start to listen as much as you can for the voice in your head that is guiding you. Now, it's not always a voice. It can be a feeling, it can be a nudge, it can be a spontaneous, like, oh, I got to do this, or, I'm turning left here, or whatever it is, for not really an obvious reason, but nothing happens without a reason. So learn to follow those impulses that you feel are coming from deep down inside. That is having the faith that there is somebody or something, an entity, an energy that is bigger than all of us that is taking care of us. That's having the faith. Now, there comes a moment when you start to trust those nudges, those feelings that you get. When you listen often enough, when you follow those nudges enough, there is a trust that's building, the trust that you are taken care of. We are often caught in the fear of, oh my gosh, what will happen? What if I run out of money? What if I run out of this or whatever? You know, the what ifs, the doom and gloom scenario, whereby when we trust, truly trust, everything will come perfectly together. And sometimes even in the very end, when you least expect it, it comes together. That combined brings the belief. It brings the belief in the higher energy that is watching over us. You start to believe that, yes, it is indeed there. And it's watching over me. It's watching over you. It's watching over everybody equally. The difference is that, are you really listening? Are you accepting it? Are you confident that it's guiding you in the right direction? That all hangs together. And that is something that takes time to learn, to trust your feelings, because that is the most important thing, that you start to learn to trust your feelings. And it's amazing what will happen when you step onto that path of trusting your feeling. There may be a time that everything is upside down. It's one big mess. It seems like it's all falling apart because you're now you're turning control over to source energy. And a lot of things have to change. And in order for things to change, a lot of stuff is turned upside down. A lot of bricks, a lot of stones are turned upside down. Things are uprooted. And it may be very messy and very unsettling. So just know, as they say, that's the storm before the calm. So accept that. Learn to have the faith, to finding the answers in the heart. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust the universe and believe that everything is for your good. I do. And I hope you will too. And I hope my little rants help you a little bit. Leave me your information below. And if you want to read more about it, go to my blog. The link is also below. I thank you for watching this little video.